I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points. I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this sword. I know you guys can't because you're not in the one of the states. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday morning to you all. Hope you all had a lovely Monday night. Special shout out to everyone on the 49ers franchise with the exception of Brock Purdy, who tried so desperately to cook my -6.5. He tried with everything in his might to give that -6.5 away. 3 interceptions early in the game. No worries. San Francisco still gets the cover. That wasn't the most fun game in the world, but it was all right. It wasn't too bad. 49ers defensive line played well with all the injuries. Good for them. But anyway, this isn't an NFL show. How was your guys' Monday nights? Toast.
I'm like even. I went like 7 for my first 8 bets, and then Alabama let me down, and San Diego State has let me down. So I will say though, shout outs to Syracuse. I bet Syracuse today after the number got inflated.
They should have won that game.
I didn't bet the money line, but they covered that 14. That was a good shout out. Boise State, a couple good colors, but yeah, Zags are good, boys. Zags are good. I've underestimated them. Maybe I put a little bit too much stock into Alabama, but that last 7-8 minutes was extremely, extremely impressive. I will give them that. But at least the over hit, so I didn't lose my ass completely. But if you guys want to see something funny, look at the video I posted in the Discord of my parents talking shit. It is just pure class.
I didn't see it. How was your day? How was your night, TV Jones?
I'm sitting 10-5 right now. San Diego State, what do we got? I got the over in the Texas game, which is off to a god-awful start. And then I had to get involved with UNLV plus 2.5. So, yeah, worst I can do is 10-8 today. So I'll take it.
I bet Arizona State plus 7.5.
Someone said
when the game started.
Someone said Spoon, stop backing Vermont in bad spots. Vermont covered.
Yeah, they covered.
Vermont definitely covered today. I went 6-2 with a plus 230 money line mixed in there, so I'm pretty happy about today. I got UNLV on the plus 2.5 going live here in a minute.
All right, so everyone had a nice one. Well, Toast had an even one. Everyone else looks like they had a nice one. Let's talk Tuesday basketball. It's still feast week here, and we're starting off with Michigan State ECU. I don't have the thing in front of me. Who checked this one?
I think it was me. I'm pretty positive. Yeah, this one I was kind of going back and forth on, but I kind of like an ECU team total under or a full game under. Michigan State just beat the crap out of Detroit Mercy. Now they got to go travel to this neutral, and then and they're sitting there waiting with North Carolina on deck on Thursday. So I think they kind of just go through the motions a little bit, not to mention it's a neutral site, so different sight lines and getting used to it. Nobody against Michigan State has scored more than 69 points this year, other than, Kentucky even had 60. They're keeping teams to 56, 60, 66. They're keeping them low. And then East Carolina, they've scored 125 points in the last 2 games, and that's Wilmington and Charleston Southern. Then they put up 71 on D2 Elizabeth City at home. I think they struggle offensively here tomorrow. I think Michigan State, even if they go through the motions, I think their size and length and athleticism is going to cause issues for ECU on top of the neutral court here. So I'm going to be back in more than likely ECU team total under whenever it pops up. But I don't hate the full game under. I just think ECU struggles mightily, and Michigan State doesn't really care to wallop anybody by 30, 40 points.
Neither of you guys checked this game. Should we move on to the next one?
I didn't check it because Trevor did. I was on the same thing. I don't want to do East Carolina under, but I do want to do under 144.5. I think this number is going to drop. Neither one of these teams are very proficient from the 3-point line. Neither one of them are really good from the free throw line. And if Michigan State plays the game that they want to play, it's going to be a very slow game. I think that 144 is probably going to be around 140 by the time this tip tomorrow.
Spoon, any thoughts, or should we move on to the next one?
No, I don't have any real thoughts on this.
Cool. Next game up is, 2 picks on the under there. Delaware, UNC Greensboro. And this is a Spoon game. Spoon, what do you think?
Yeah, these are two really bad teams right now. UNC Greensboro has just one win on the season. It was in their last game versus Youngstown State. This team didn't really bring anybody back from last year. They have almost no D1 experience, but I think they're starting to find themselves a little bit in the early season. And I think this Delaware team is a great team to go up against if you're struggling, because they're missing their best player and they're missing quite a few core pieces. Right now, Kevin Riley is still out of the lineup. He'll be out of the lineup for the foreseeable future right now. They got Justin Fernandez back, but this lineup is a shell of what it could be, and it's still a Delaware roster, so it's not anything to start with. So I think fading this team till it gets healthy is something I'm going to do anytime we get an affordable price. I'm on the money line with UNC Greensboro -111.
UNC Greensboro. Either of you guys have thoughts on this one?
I didn't look at this game, no.
TV Jones?
Yeah, I kind of like Delaware. UNCG is laying points. Yeah, it's kind of suspect, but it's not like Delaware's like that good of a team to where it's kind of it's a weird spot. But Delaware, 46 in the country, 3-point percentage. They get 15th most points from beyond the arc in games. And UNCG, they cannot defend the three to save their life. They give them the 12th most beyond the arc, and they're allowing teams to shoot 40%. I think Delaware is going to be able to hit some shots tomorrow, and they're the one team that can actually shoot the ball in this matchup. Greensboro is just sad and pathetic. They want to get to the line, and Delaware is at least not as good at not fouling and giving them free points to the line. So I'm going to take the size in Delaware and the ability to actually shoot the three ball to get this done. I'm going to take Delaware in this one. I will bet this one because it's disgusting, and I want action on it.
TV Jones and Spoon are just head-to-head nonstop.
Yo, that's what I was thinking. I was like, yo.
Yeah, for real. They were like disagreed on like every game yesterday, and then we're right off to the same start here.
And we both had great days today.
Yeah. Split them up. Iowa State coming off a 1-point win where someone tried to mush it in the Discord. That was funny as hell.
Yo, they tried.
I reversed. I called Iowa State a loss with like 6 minutes left because they couldn't hold a lead. I pulled out the old reverse jinx card, and it hit again. So
the reverse jinx
covered St.Johns for the win.
Oh.
That was crazy. I had money line.
Wait. Iowa State was laying there?
Yeah.
St. John's.
I think St. John's had one of the luckiest covers you'll see ever.
Yeah.
I mean, he was 3 at the end.
No, an air ball 3 that they caught and laid it up with
wow.
like 0.2 seconds left.
Wow. What do we think about this Iowa? Oh, Toast, you were talking about if the one guy, and someone in the comments asked Lipsy. He asked if Lipsy's playing.
Yes. I don't know if he's going to be playing. They're saying it's day to day, but I've already moved on Creighton +9.5. I wish I would have emailed you the graphic to show. I don't need your lip. I don't need your lip, TV Jones. I actually think that Creighton played really well today. I think that what's his face, Cameron Carr, just had himself a day, and that's just going to happen at times. But honestly, I like the way that Creighton played today. But regardless, I just feel like this is a lot of points against this Iowa State team. If they don't have Lipsy, their on-off numbers with him off the floor are completely different. I mean, he's the straw that stirs the drink for that team. Like I said, he's the straw that stirs the drink for that team. And I just feel like this is going to be a lot. Keep in mind, this is a Creighton team that's been kind of tested now with Gonzaga and Baylor at the same time. And now, again, it's not like you're only catching 1 or 2 points. I mean, like I said, I got 9.5. There's probably still 9.5s out there. But I just feel like this number is way too big for a Creighton team that's, like I said, already been tested. So, yeah, I played Creighton +9.5.
So what I'm looking like here, it looks like the offense gets slightly better without him, but the defense gets way worse.
That's what I'm worried about.
So this guy, Iowa, I'm guessing he's a big?
No, he's their point guard.
Why? Their rebounding falls off without him.
It's the defense that I care about. Like I said, he's the straw that stirs the drink on that team.
What about an over? I'm putting an over up.
Get him, TV Jones.
You like over?
Yeah. Yeah, I like over. Like I said, with Lipsy, whether he plays or not, he's going to be a little shaken up. But I mean, Creighton doesn't play defense. They don't care to. Iowa State, they can run and gun and they can give up points too. I know the defense is good, but they do have lapses at times. which probably dials back to Lipsy being off the floor there. But I think, both teams haven't been on this floor already. Creighton didn't shoot amazing today, but they still put up 70 something. Iowa State can score. I like the over in this one, especially both these teams already being on this floor and getting used to these rims and everything. So day 2, I think we see more scoring here. So I like the over 151. And if Lipsy doesn't play, I'd probably go with Toast here with Creighton. But if Lipsy plays, I'd lean Iowa State, but I like the over more just because you don't know how 100% he is.
Spoon, any thoughts on this one?
I like the opposite side of this. I think Iowa State's a much better team than Creighton with or without Lipsy. I kind of have 7.5 circled. If it gets down to that, I'll probably move on the Iowa State side of this. I think this is a double-digit win regardless. Second day here, nobody's ready to prepare for Iowa State's defense on one-day rest, and this Creighton team definitely does not have the veterans they need right now to be able to do anything against this. I think this gets ugly early and stays that way throughout the game, but I'm hoping this number comes down a little bit.
All right, let's move on to the next game, which is St. Johns Baylor, and this is a TV Jones game, but I'm assuming this is one that everyone will want to talk about.
Yes.
TV Jones?
Yeah, I like St. Johns here. St. Johns got that loss out of the way. Patino is going to rip them a new one. I mean, they kept climbing back in, and just never could put them away. St. John's, they played good. Just you played Iowa State. I don't think Baylor is that good for that, and I think St. John's coming off a loss and going to have the second day on this floor. I think they're going to look much better, and not to mention Ejiofor. He had a weird fall, but he did come back and play. I think he'll be a big factor in this, just down low, because he's like they've said, straw that stirs the drink for this team. So if he's dominating down low and then he can get the kickouts for threes and whatnot, I think they'll be just fine. Not to mention Darling fouled out. He was in foul trouble today, but when he was on the floor, he was really, really good, running that offense and even getting down to the rack and scoring. So I like St. John's. I think they blow it open late and win this game by double digits.
Someone said in the comments, these rims in Maui are real. Kyle Kirms needs to admit it. It's folklore.
Kyle doesn't even want to talk about it anymore.
This is what it sounds like.
The announcers were even talking about
I know.
The image.
Everybody knows it's real.
Okay, the announce. Yeah, it's a lore. It's a narrative. It's made up. This is what it sounds like. The image on the screen, that's what you guys look like to me when you talk about it.
You know what's sad? Spoon even took the time out to try to explain it to you, and you won't even listen to him.
No.
You don't even want to hear it.
He talked about the rim
I watched the
tightness
video with them measuring the rims today. It was kind of neat.
For you, Kyle.
They do measure the rims and inspect it.
Yeah,
there's
they
just
do.
15
Once a year.
They do it like 3 separate times.
All right. What do you guys think about this game?
Go ahead, Spoon.
I'm on St. John's here. I haven't actually moved on this game. I think the number's pretty close to right. I think St. John's coming off the loss, Baylor coming off the win, should make this a little bit of a buy low spot on St. John's. Obviously, Iowa State played the much tougher opponent, but I just think 5 points is a lot to really lay confidently, and I'm not going to get there, but I think St. John's gets this win. It's probably by 6 or 7. If it comes down to 2.5, 3.5, I might consider.
Someone said the ocean air blows into the HVAC system and affects the rims. Are you guys fucking crazy?
That one is crazy, but everything else we talked about,
it's all crazy.
Real.
It's all nonsense.
I mean, it checks out. You got to bring air in, so I mean, it does check out. You get a little windy day coming off the coast.
In that case, Monmouth should have the same rims because that's right here. It's right by the beach.
Yeah, but that's dirty ocean.
I was gonna say that's
crap. East Coast, yuck.
So what is it? Clean ocean? That's what causes the rims. Clean ocean.
Why? Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Clean air.
Beautiful.
You guys are digging yourselves deeper into a hole of nonsense. Toast, what do you think of this
game?
game?
You just don't like facts.
Taking grenades here. I don't care. I'm always forever in love with the island rims. I will not be on St. John's. I don't know if I'll take Baylor. It's moving up to 5.5 on some books already. If I get Baylor plus 6.5, then maybe I move on it. But I do think that St. John's is significantly better on the defensive end. And that's kind of what bothers me here today. Baylor really isn't good offensive rebounding. They don't get a lot of second chance points. So that could be a huge issue here. But again, I do think that Baylor, especially offensively, can keep pace with this St. John's team. I mean, if Carr goes off, then like he already did, and these kids get paid for performances. I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to do it again. So I'm going to wait right now and see how much St. John's money comes in. But I've had a lot of success fading this St. John's team 2-0 so far this year, hoping to make it 3-0 with the Baylor Bears tomorrow.
I'll put Baylor up, but you said you need a bigger number to play it.
Yeah, I just want that 6 because everybody's going to hear all the Patino interviews tonight, and they're going to get clipped, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, no way, St. John's is going to lose." You hear him be rude to that reporter.
They're coming out with a vengeance tomorrow, buddy.
Oh, I'm sure they are, TV Jones.
St. Bonnie's, North Carolina. Toast, this is you.
It is me. I feel like this number is a little bit short for North Carolina here. I just don't know what to expect from either one of these teams. You can put North Carolina up for me. I do want to see what this number what this number does, but neither one of these teams have played anybody. So that obviously, I mean, it's a step up in class for both of these teams. But regardless, on a neutral floor against a St. Bonaventure team that, I mean, the height advantage is absolutely ridiculous. All across the board for North Carolina. And that's obviously huge for me. And North Carolina doesn't turn the basketball over, and St. Bonaventure's had a problem turning the basketball over. So I just don't know where the second chance points are coming from. I don't know where the rebounding's coming from the Bonnies. I was hoping for like 9.5 or something like that, under 10. I don't think I'm going to get that. But I think I might play North Carolina as long as there's a 10 on the board.
Neither you guys checked this game. Spoon, any thoughts or?
Yeah, I think this is a decent time to sell high on North Carolina. They have wins versus Central Arkansas, Radford, North Carolina, Central, Navy, and a decent win versus Kansas at home. I think this Bonnie's team has quite a bit of talent on it. I don't really think they have a chance to win this game, but to keep it in 3 possessions, I think is definitely doable. I think North Carolina money comes in. I saw 9.5, so I want to say there was an 8.5 at first open. So I think this continues to climb. I think North Carolina definitely will take money, and I'll try to get on the other side with the Bonnies. I don't have a ton of faith in this North Carolina team this year.
What about somebody got an 8.5 with North Carolina? I hope they put their mortgage on it because I don't know where that. Yeah, it's almost 11.5 now. So
I don't even see that.
Hell of a bet. That's a hell of a bet.
I don't even see that comment. Is that comment in the room with us right now? TV Jones, do you want to break the tie here?
Yeah, it would be Bonnie's for me. You got North Carolina hasn't left home yet. They've been at home playing Central Arkansas, Radford, North Carolina Central, and then they did play Navy and Kansas. That Kansas game was that was everybody knew they were going to win. That was easy money, but. Bonnies have actually left home. They played.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking?
What? Throw it under the bus when they played.
While we're talking, this line just moved up to 11.5.
Good. Yeah. Let it move. The big thing that North Carolina has in this game is size advantage. They're 4th tallest in the country. This is like one of the shortest teams in the country for the Bonnies, but this team gang rebounds. Everybody crashes the paint or the boards and tries to get a rebound here. They're not relying on one or two guys down there. Like, they're all going for boards. North Carolina hasn't left home. They got Michigan State on deck. I don't know how much they really care to come out here and emphasize blowing out St. Bonaventure with Izzo and Sparty on deck. I think this is a game they go through the motions. They have a rough shooting day, and the Bonnies kind of hang around in this game. So give me the Bonnies plus whatever they are in the morning, because I'm not going to bet this now. But if I were, then. Yeah, I'll take the bigger number. And then I like the under here too. Bonnies don't play fast, and then North Carolina, I think, is going to struggle shooting. So I think the only way Bonnies stay in this game is playing slow and getting good shots. So I think a lot of time is coming off the clock in this one. So give me the under and the Bonnies. Not sure which way I'll bet this game, but it'll be one of these two.
I just want to make one comment, one retort to Trevor's analysis. He said this team gang rebounds. It's really easy to gang rebound when you play teams like Robert Morris, 218, Youngstown State, 301, Siena, 271 in height. I mean, none of these all kids they're playing JV teams. It's easy to game.
What are the impressive games that North Carolina's had? They had
Kansas.
one game.
They played Kansas.
One game.
I'm just
game.
okay.
They've been playing Sisters of the Poor ever since.
Okay, and name one good team that St. Bonaventure's played. And then also the second part to that question is what's the longer travel spot? St. Bonaventure to Florida or North Carolina to Florida?
I'm betting North Carolina right now. Guys,
Thank you.
I just want to be clear. I haven't lost a college basketball bet all year.
He proclaimed
We'll be prepared for regression to hit. That's a bad bet.
Mm-hmm. Nobody goes undefeated.
I'm about to be the first person to go.
For
those of you that don't watch the show regularly, I've placed 2 bets. I'm 2-0. For someone like, really, he's undefeated? I'm 2-0.
Wait, so
show the lies. TV Jones would say.
Can you show me the thought process that puts you over the edge for this?
TV
like,
Jones
what part of North Carolina at this number? Just the number crawling quick?
No, I guarantee you it's just TV Jones's analysis.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to bet North Carolina. It's making me do a forgot password to log in. I don't know why.
Don't forget, because it's going to suck if you do forget. And
no,
they win by 20.
I'm not forgetting. I already did the. I'm going to do it while you guys are.
The only thing that Trevor didn't say there that I expected is that he didn't mention Woj. That's the only thing that he missed. I thought for sure we'd get a Woj bomb somehow.
Woj will come into play in the offseason getting guys. It's right now he's just kind of kicked back.
Who wants to talk Jackrabbits?
Who doesn't?
Me.
All right, what do you like?
This line stinks to high hell. South Dakota State, I think, is a much better team than Utah Valley. Utah Valley really good at home. On the road, I don't think they're as good of a team. But this game's all the way in Mexico. Some resort, and now you got Utah Valley, who hasn't played since Wednesday, so they've been fine. And then South Dakota State, I think, played Friday at home, so they've got to travel. I think South Dakota State should be the favored team here. I think this line flips, which, you know me, I love a good line flip from a favorite to a dog. So that's definitely going to happen tomorrow, and then I'll be on Utah Valley at some point. Nothing on the stats makes you want to back Utah Valley. It's not the 58% free throw shooting. It's not the 19% turnovers. It's not the 28% offensive rebounds, which is one of the worst in the country. South Dakota State should body these guys, but yet they're coming in as dogs. This line stinks. It's on a neutral, and I think Utah Valley gets them. I think they play a good game. I think they've been here. They're going to be more ready. I think South Dakota State got a late jump. And I think they're gonna struggle in this one. So I like Utah Valley. I'll be playing it when they flip over to a dog, and I'm gonna watch them win the game outright anyway.
Wait a minute, you're playing Utah Valley?
Yes.
I should have listened to what you were saying.
Is there a sports book in the world that is gonna let me bet this or what?
Interesting. I was gonna be on South Dakota State. I thought the wrong team was favored here personally. I have South Dakota State as a significantly better team. Mm-hmm. I mean, offensively, defensively, just everything points me to South Dakota State. So I will give you that the line kind of stinks, Trevor. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, Utah Valley is, what, the best team in the WAC? I mean, so I don't know not that South Dakota State's some Summit League champion or anything, but they're both at the top of their division. I don't think.
What did Trevor take?
Utah Valley.
Okay.
I don't think that we were going to get either one of them like a huge, like multiple possessions or anything like that. Obviously Ken Palm has the game won, but I've been using college basketball analytics a lot, and it's like not even comparable. So for me, it would only be South Dakota State. I the only thing that I agree with Trevor with is that this line kind of does stink. I mean, I obviously a lot of these games start with a Ken Palm number, but this number should be at least 2.5 for me.
So you're saying Utah Valley should be favored by more?
No, I'm saying
South Dakota State should be favored by.
So then, why is everyone voting Utah Valley in our poll?
I don't know. I'd like to hear
because they want to dive on into the stink with me.
Spoon, are you trying to quote unquote dive into the stink?
So I had this one checked. I didn't get Trevor's analysis before I did it, but I did dig into it myself. And just looking at South Dakota State, coming to the season with a new head coach, you're going to run into some just like valleys, just some tough spots, and they have faced a really easy schedule so far. At least have winnable games. They opened the season at home versus Merrimack, then they played a D2 opponent, went on the road, faced Northern Iowa and Oregon, got blown out and lost those games accordingly, saw another D2 opponent, and then they saw Georgia State, which might as well be a D3 opponent. Coming off a few just easy wins at home, I think this is a really good spot to fade the South Dakota State team. They look decent on paper, but I mean, Brian Peterson hasn't really been tested as a head coach. You put him here in a neutral environment, he's got a really big game on deck versus UC Irvine. Utah Valley has a much easier opponent on deck versus Samford. I just think this is a really good spot for Valley. Todd Phillips has had this team playing really good basketball the last couple of years. They had 25 wins last season. I think this is a spot where they find a way to win this game by more than a couple of possessions, but I get the money line.
All right. Let's move on to the next game.
I'm definitely betting them as a dog now.
Quinnipiac, UCF.
Trevor.
Yep. How'd you know?
Because it's Quinnipiac. You love Quinnipiac.
You like the Panthers?
No, I do not.
You like watching and betting their games. Don't even try to say you don't.
Well, on Friday nights you get the MAAC.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're a premier conference on a Friday night. It's great. No, you got Quinnipiac coming in off of a road win at Pittsburgh, and now they're going to try on Sunday. Now they have to travel down to UCF. UCF did just beat Pitt, but that was a semi-home, and then they were home before that, so they haven't really done a lot of traveling. They have VMI on deck, so nothing to look forward to. I just think this is a rough spot for Quinnipiac. Great win at Pittsburgh, but you got to turn around, and then you have one day off, and you got to go play a big, tall, lengthy UCF team out of the Big 12. I just think this is a rough spot for Quinnipiac. I think UCF, just their size and athleticism, ends up just overtaking and running away with this game. So I'm laying it with UCF tomorrow. I think they blow out Quinnipiac at home here.
Wow. Powerful words.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Neither you guys check this one. Any of you have thoughts or no?
It would only be Quinnipiac for me personally. I think it's not even a fade. I swear to God, it's not even a fade of TV Jones. I just feel like they've played a pretty decent schedule right now, and they've played multiple games on the road. And I just think that it's crazy to have UCF laying double digits right in this spot of the season. Personally, I didn't bet them, but if I had to pick one, it would only be Quinnipiac for those reasons.
Spoon, any thoughts? Or are we moving on?
Pitt's overvalued in the market, so when Quinnipiac beat them, it kind of passes that overvalue to them. I think Trevor's on the right side here.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next game, which is Murray State, George Washington. Someone picked TV Jones picked a game with no line open.
No line right now?
No, but
damn.
It's gonna be. I can tell you right now, it's going to be in between 7.5 and 9.
Feed it to me. Murray State, this team got off to a hot start this year. They look damn good. And then they, where the hell is Jordan? There you are. And then they, they've dropped back-to-back games, Middle Tennessee and then McNeese, both good teams. But now you got to go play George Washington for your third day in a row. That's a tough spot. George Washington lost to McNeese opening day, and then the opening day of this tournament, and then they come back and they beat the shit out of Middle Tennessee, and now you get a Murray State team that's kind of gotten beat up in these other two games, and now you got to go play your future A10 champion in George Washington. This is a tough spot. George Washington's big. They can shoot, they can score, they can clamp down on defense, and they can make a tight game into a 20-point game in a matter of 5 minutes. I'm taking George Washington, whatever it is. They're going to blow out Murray State tomorrow.
What number would you play it up to?
I would play it up to like 9.5 personally. I think they win by double digits.
So if it hits 10, you'd pass.
If it's 10 and I had to play it, I would sit George Washington, but I wouldn't go up 10.5. You could probably get something live because George Washington probably will hang around a little bit with them, and then all of a sudden you'll come back from warming up some pizza in the microwave and they're up 15 points.
How many points would you need to bet Murray State here?
11.5 or 12.
Okay.
I just think George Washington wins by double digits. I think they could run away with this. I think they could maybe take their foot off the gas, and they somehow Murray State backdoors with some bogus buckets late. But I think George Washington just run him out the gym personally.
All right. You either over.
I don't know what the number is going to be, but over. Both these teams play with pace. Both of them shoot the three ball well. I don't see any real big advantage for either one of these teams. Yeah, over.
All right, let's move on.
I like Murray here. They got some Power 5 talent on this team. I think they have a pretty good coach there with Ryan Miller. He's got a long experience in NCAA as an assistant under Calipari, and quite a few other really good coaches. I just think this is a spot where you're just laying too many points with G-Dub. They're very popular in the market right now. I like Murray here.
Wow. Basically calling TV Jones a moron.
I mean, they covered. I mean, they beat Maine by 20. They beat South Florida. That was only by 4, but that was South Florida. They beat American by 40. They beat Old Dominion by 20. They beat UMBC by 27.
Trevor, name me a team
they blow teams out.
Yes, and you named teams that was 294, 224, and 284 in KenPom.
Murray State's looked really good lately? What was the impressive win? Little Rock, Nichols, Mississippi Valley State?
Yeah, you just named the other ones. Name SMU 44, Middle Tennessee 150, McNeese 86. I'm just saying, it's not like
they still lost. They still lost those games. They lost by 13 to McNeese. George Washington only lost by 6. Middle Tennessee, they lost to by 3. George Washington beat them by 13. Transitive properties, man. George Washington is blowing them out tomorrow.
I think you should throw your transitive properties away. That's a terrible way to look at things.
He literally just said they lost to this team by 13. George Washington only lost by 6.
If you guys have not watched, it's fine. I'll meet you back here tomorrow. We'll see who's laughing. Clip this. George Washington's winning by double digits.
Toast is doing the social media clips. He can clip it.
I only get 2 per day. Oh no, that's right. I can do it. I'll do it on the sauce.
Twitter and TikTok. You can do more. Yeah. You can do unlimited on those. Eastern Washington on the road. No, I'm sorry, not on the road. Eastern Washington, North Texas. This is a TV Jones game.
Yeah. Give me the under in this one. North Texas is gonna absolutely clamp. Where the hell are they? There they are. They're gonna absolutely clamp. They just held Central Arkansas to 56. St. Mary's did get 80 on them, but Oregon State 66. They've 62. They don't allow teams to score a bunch, and half of these games have been away from home too. Other than St. Mary's, they've looked good. St. Mary's is a wagon, but Eastern Washington has looked god awful. They got blown out by Central Arkansas. Seattle got blown out. Loyola Marymount they lost by 8. Their good win was UCLA to start the year. They played them tough. UCLA looked like shit, but this offense is horrendous. North Texas is a defensive-oriented school. The culture's always been like that, and it's not changing because of a new coach here. I think Eastern Washington really struggles to score in this one, and the Super Pit gets lit. This place is going to be jumping. North Texas is gonna blow them out, but I like the under. I don't think North Texas scores 80, but I also don't think Eastern Washington is sniffing 60, 65. So give me the under.
Anyone have any thoughts on this game, or should we move on?
Yeah, waiting for North Texas to get bet up a little bit if it does, but I really want to play on Eastern here. I agree with Trevor with the under because both of these teams want to play at a crawl, but I do think that Eastern has some very terrible numbers like Trevor talked about. What he didn't talk about is the fact that all those teams are like top 100 teams in KenPom. I know Seattle is just out of that, but regardless, their ratings look like that because of the teams that they've played. If you look at them on some other websites, it's not as bad. North Texas is very, very good defensively, but they also played an absolute crawl. And I also do think that after seeing offenses like UCLA and Colorado and Seattle that are all significantly ranked, like over 100 spots higher, right there on KenPom, CBB, Bartovic, all offensively are so much better than this North Texas team. I just have a hard time believing that North Texas can win this game by 5 possessions or whatever it's going to end up being. So I want 13.5, 14. I'll wait and see, but Eastern Washington for me.
I fully agree with Toast here. I think this is too many points for Eastern Washington. You're kind of buying them low. They haven't beat a D1 opponent all season, but they took Colorado to overtime in Colorado. That's a really tough gym to play in. I get North Texas is as well, but I mean, they've gone into tough gyms every single time this season. They've been really good at covering that number. I like that side there with Eastern Washington. I might get there if this number inflates.
No, someone in the comments, Silver Rules Gaming, said, out of jail and right back to Kyle Kirms. And you know what's funny is he's dead ass telling the truth, because that's the first time I've seen his name in the comments since like baseball season. So he dead ass was in jail. I don't know who he is, but like he used to comment all the time, and he hasn't commented in like 3 months.
We're glad you're home, bro.
Welcome back, man.
Can I just say, I just want to say right now, this game is not on the sheet. I am going to fade the shit out of the Michigan Wolverines tomorrow. Congratulations, guys. The game of your life today. It won't happen again tomorrow. Go ahead. Son.
San Diego State couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat tonight.
Michigan didn't turn the ball over. In what world does Michigan not turn the ball over versus San Diego State? Go buy a lottery ticket, Wolverine bettors.
Someone said no Houston, Tennessee. Is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
The lines just weren't up.
Oh, okay.
When we did the sheets. That's all.
So when I made the graphics, the lines.
I see the lines.
But if there's a couple games, if that Michigan game, we could talk for a few minutes at the end.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll finish these ones, but yeah.
Someone responded to the guy who was at jail and responded, and it said, "Nice, bro. Welcome home. You got a lock tomorrow." All right, New Mexico State, UC Irvine. This is a spoon game.
Yeah, I did check this one. Irvine's had a pretty tough start to the season. They took a home opener loss to Cal Baptist, went on the road, got a win versus Weber, and then lost to Utah Valley and Northern Iowa. Two pretty decent teams. They go and hit the road, see a neutral, a team in New Mexico State that looks really good on paper so far, 4-0, but two of those wins are versus D2 opponents, and one of those wins is versus one of their regional opponents in New Mexico. Huge win, but they got that win on their home floor, and New Mexico's kind of like in a rebuilding year, new coach, completely new roster. I think that win looks a little better on paper than it should. Followed it up with a win versus Samford. Now they hit a neutral for the first time. They haven't played a game, whether it be D1 or D2 on any court but their own. So I think this is going to be a little uncomfortable for them, and they face a UC Irvine team coming off a really tough loss versus Northern Iowa in overtime, and those are two mid-majors that have gone back and forth now for a few years. So I think this is a really tough spot to catch UC Irvine, and I think 2.5 points is too little. I think this number balloons up 5-7 by the end of the game, and I think this closes closer to 5.
Did you bet the 2.5?
Yeah, I got 2.5 minus 110.
Excellent bet, because it's already at 4.5.
I was going to say, I'm on the same bet, and it's already moved, brother. So hell of a bet. The only thing I can add to what Spoon said is that not only did they UC Irvine play a close game versus Northern Iowa, they also played a very close game versus Utah Valley as well, where they made an effort in the second half to come back, and they came a little bit short. So I could not agree more. The spot alone for New Mexico State against this UC Irvine team that should be coming in here pretty pissed off is pretty bad. So yeah, I love it, Spoon. Love it.
TV Jones, did you have both these guys got in Irvine at a good number? Did you have any thoughts here in this one?
No, it would be Irvine or nothing. They're starting to look better. I know they lost the last two, but they're starting to look better in New Mexico State. They beat Samford, and then they had that big upset win over New Mexico. But New Mexico, new coach and rosters, they weren't used to that environment and that rivalry. I don't think they're as good. I think they're kind of living off of just the New Mexico name right now. But Irvine, I'm a fan of. I'm going to lay I would lay the 3. I don't know if I will, but it's a late night game, so I probably will.
Toast, you agree with Spoon that this one closes around 5?
Yes, probably even more.
So
the way that the line's been moving.
Yeah, the best I can get is 3.5 minus 120. I missed it. I missed the boat. All right, next up.
Especially because that game is won on KenPom and it continues to move. So there's probably, the books have to feel a reason why.
Yeah, well, it's 4.5 everywhere now. There's 3.5 left.
That's a pretty significant move this early with these two teams, with the KenPom being one. So great bet, Spoon.
Iowa, Ole Miss. This is a toast game.
Yeah, I thought this one kind of interesting game here. Two teams that are kind of opposites here. Iowa, obviously, one of these teams with Ben McCollum that's going to try to slow this game down to an absolute call. Obviously, Ben McCollum coming over from Drake last year. Obviously, in a big school like this, not Drake, but this is kind of their first opportunity to show off what he's capable of doing. I know that they played a game versus Xavier at home, but I don't think anybody here on this panel or in the audience takes Xavier as a serious basketball team at this point. So I don't really put too much stock into that. Right, Trevor? Am I crazy for saying that?
Well, no, they're ass, but they're starting to look better. They covered for me.
Okay, they covered once for Trevor. So they get a little bit of a tiny.
I'm telling you, and look, I don't know anything about Xavier, but I've been doing this a long time, and I'm telling you there's going to be a point, everyone's hating Xavier, where we buy on Xavier for like 3 straight weeks, maybe in January.
It's been like that. They've hit the last 2, and they're right in those.
I'm not sure I would try to buy on Xavier right in the middle of Big East.
Spoon. Somebody bringing some.
I meant at some point this season.
All right, fair enough. I will give you that if they're catching like 15 points or what have you. But
like when they get to Paul.
Whoa,
yeah,
respect to Paul.
There was no reason for
that was the words.
Wrong show.
This is the Paul channel. I'm a big DePaul guy.
Kyle's got a DePaul and IU Indy shrine in his.
IU Indy and DePaul are my squads.
But regardless, I think that Ole Miss is maybe not a better team, but I think these teams are extremely equal. And I do think that I lean Chris Beard as far as the coaching, as far as coaching is concerned. I like the fact that Mississippi can speed this game up a little bit. I just don't see any huge advantage for Iowa. Like I said, I just think that these teams are really even. So you can give me the dog at +2.5. I'm going to wait to see if Iowa takes money because, like I said, Ben McCollum does have a lot of respect, especially in the marketplace. So I wouldn't be surprised if Iowa took some money here, but I will definitely be on Ole Miss tomorrow.
Any of you guys agree, disagree?
No, I would be on Iowa. Iowa's been my squad. I hate them, but I love cashing tickets on them. They're really, really good. McCollum's a great coach. He's risen very fast from the D2s. And all the way up at Iowa, and he's not missed a beat. I know they haven't played like the stiffest competition, but Xavier being their toughest. But Ole Miss has they played Memphis. They won by 6. Other than that, they played Bakersfield, Sela, Louisiana Monroe, and Austin P. They haven't played a powerhouse either. Both of these teams haven't left home. They're hitting a neutral in California. I trust Iowa, who shoots better free throws. They have more size. They can rebound. They can all shoot. And they have a guy named Bennett Sturtz. Give me Iowa laying the points. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hopefully this gets bought down and I can get a cheaper money line price on Iowa, or like a -1.5. But I'll be on Iowa one way or another tomorrow.
Yeah, Sturtz, everybody's darling.
He's a dog.
He was huge against Chicago State with all 9 points. Just a dog.
Chicago State, who gives a shit?
And he can't even put up double digits.
Wow.
Why would he try?
Yeah, why would he try?
Risk hurting himself
He's only trying to go to the
Chicago State.
He only plays for Iowa. I mean, it's not like anybody's going to see
Chicago State. I don't even know if that game was televised. It wasn't even on Baller TV.
So what?
Spoon, you want to break the tie?
This is a really interesting game. Neither of these teams are that tested at this point in the season. Both teams have played all of their games at home and are hitting a neutral or road environment for the first time this season. I kind of give the head coaching lean to McCollum. I like what he had going there. Drake, I think this Iowa team will look much different than it has in years past. And I give the lean to Iowa, but I don't think there's much of an edge here with this line at 2.5. I think this game does stay within one possession either way.
It's Iowa for me, too. I watched the only college basketball game I watched in its entirety. It was an Iowa game. Fundamental basketball team. Just dripping with fundies.
Spoon, you would take McCollum over Chris Beard?
Yes.
Honestly?
So you get one good year and then you walk into a Big 12 job. Like, I mean, what did he ever do at Texas Tech that was that impressive for you, that pushed you
Chris
over
Beard?
the edge? Yeah.
What did he do at Texas Tech? I mean, I don't know, an Elite Eight. I mean, he went to the tournament every year. He took Little Rock to the second round.
Texas Tech is a culture that does that. They're
oh my!
It was the culture.
Their coach.
Yo.
What What's
It's a really short sample size. Like short sample sizes are misleading, and we don't have much to work with McCollum at all. I'm just saying what I've seen on the floor from the teams that I've watched. I just like McCollum's teams at this point, and it's easier to say that with McCollum's teams because they play lower competition. But I just haven't been that impressed with Chris Beard in some of the bigger games. I'll give you that. Some of those early or late 2018 to 20 teams were pretty solid, but it's been a few years. He's bounced around. I think that's for a reason.
Yeah, because he beat his wife. That's the only reason.
I was going to say, why he started bouncing around.
But the statement about the culture thing with Texas Tech that Trevor made, that's asinine. I mean, it was Tubby Smith was Texas Tech's coach before Chris Beard. Chris Beard made that culture at that school. Texas Tech was dog shit before Chris Beard got there. Let's not get anything twisted here. So that's all.
Just fuck Bobby Knight then, huh? Like he was ass.
When was Bobby Knight there?
I think Texas Tech is better with Grant McCasland than they ever were with Chris Beard. Like,
and first of all, there was 3 other coaches before him. Gillespie was there. Too? His Pat Knight, his kid was there. Bob Knight hasn't coached at Texas Tech since 2008.
Yeah,
and they were 16 and 15.
Yeah, he's been
16
dead
and 15. Yeah, just a juggernaut at 16 and 15.
Hey,
this is off the rails.
What you gotta do at the age of 85.
UCLA Cal is the next game on the board, and this is also a toast game.
It is. Give me the Cal Bears here in this game. I haven't bet it yet, hoping it's going to go up a little bit, but I love this UCLA team. I really do, but I don't love this matchup for them. I think that Cal kind of presents a little bit of a matchup issue with them. Cal can match up with them every way, and Justin Pippen is legit. And I think that Chris Bell is another guy that we got to watch out for, who's 6'7", that can score in multiple ways. He's been putting up monster numbers for this Cal team. I think that you're going to see this game go really slow. I mean, UCLA, if they can play that they want, is obviously going to keep this game under 65 possessions or so. And Cal has played some a lot of higher possessions games, but that's not the way that they really want to play. I just don't see any huge advantage here for UCLA, not to mention the fact that UCLA is starting a schedule where they play Cal in a semi-away game. Then they got to go off to Washington after break is over. So they're starting their gauntlet of a schedule here. Maybe they come out well, but I thought this was way too many points. Like I said, I'm going to wait because I wanted to see what this number does. It opened up at 8.5, and it's 8, and it's moved up to 8.5 now. So as long as I can get like a full 9.5, I'll definitely be on the Bears.
Either of you guys have thoughts on this one?
I lean Cal too.
TV James?
I lean UCLA, but I'm not betting this game.
And then the games that just got added, quick rapid fire. Houston, Tennessee, numbers at 3.5. We don't have to go all the way through it, but just for the people that asked. Houston, Tennessee.
I would be on Houston personally. That number continues to go down. You can get a 2.5 on Bet365. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but that might be the number that I get. I think Houston is a little bit undervalued here, and they kind of got embarrassed today, so I expect them in a bounce back spot. But that's just off the top of my head.
So Houston 2.5. Either you guys, Houston, Tennessee.
I bet Tennessee plus 3.5 when it opened. You fade Rick Barnes in March. This team's looked pretty good. They got that Amen kid. He's the top 5 freshman. He's coming in looking good. Tennessee is huge and lengthy, just like Houston is. But Houston's defense hasn't looked the same as it has in years past. It's not as frenetic and just in your face and suffocating. Not to mention they have not been getting good whistles this year when they play teams of notoriety. So I'm taking Tennessee. I think they get a big dub here and payback for the Elite Eight last year when they lost to Houston. So this is a payback game. This is Tennessee.
It doesn't worry you that Tennessee's played nobody and they still have a turnover problem, and now they're going to play Houston?
Wow.
No, I'm good. They'll fix it. Rick Barnes will be fine. This is a big game. They'll be locked in.
Rick Barnes will be fine. Classic words.
Spoon.
I'm sorry. Are we in March?
Spoon, real quick. Houston, Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn. Either of those tickle your fancy?
I definitely like that Houston number under 4. I just think that's you can argue that their defense has been a little bit down this year, but as the season goes on, it's going to continue to get better. And it's so hard to prepare for a defense like what Houston puts out there on short notice. I think that's a really tough draw I like Houston there, especially on a spot where they didn't play that well today. That's all I really got on that.
All right. Michigan, Auburn, and just want to throw a few out. Oh, you said you're fading Michigan, so you're on Auburn?
Yeah, so Auburn +4. Want to watch the numbers just popping up, like Pinnacle and stuff like that. It's still not up yet. But like I said, I do think Auburn's a little bit underrated. There's people on this panel that say they're coached by a Nepo baby. Regardless, how's that L? Quack, quack. But regardless, I think they're tested here. And again, for me, I'm not a fan of this Michigan team. And the fact that they didn't turn the basketball over today makes me think they're going to have some turnover issues tomorrow. Auburn's defense can force some turnovers as well. Not nearly like San Diego, like I thought San Diego State would be able to be. But if Michigan goes off and wins this tournament, I guess so be it. But I'll be fading Michigan tomorrow for sure.
Michigan, Auburn, TV Jones, and we'll close it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be Auburn, but I'm not going to bet that one. I do have Bethune-Stony Brook over to start the day, and then Northern Iowa -8.5, and I will probably be on Boston plus the 14.5 against Penn State.
All right. Everyone, have a good night. I have a video up where I go through the 2 MACtion games tomorrow night if you want to check it out. Are you guys live, TV Jones?
Yeah, I'm going back over there. I think we're getting to the second half of the day.
So that's Trevor's going over to his channel. They're live right now. It's called the Pump Fake Pod. So just type in Pump Fake Pod into YouTube if you want to continue. They'll go through every single game on the board over there on their show. So